Okay, let's see if this can work better. I just tried to do one and it either cut off or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this again. These are things I got at the thrift store to work on for my Mad Scientist laboratory for Halloween this year. These two clocks in this picture frame I got to remake to use as gauges for various things that a mad scientist might want to measure. This one I'm gonna redo as an alive meter. I'm gonna just take out the backing and replace it with something that goes from dead to it's alive. So this should be pretty easy. I'm probably gonna start tackling this today. But I liked that it had a sort of faux antique finish that looks like patinaed copper. And then this clock has this spinning mechanism that I think is really cool. I don't know whether it still functions on its own with new batteries or not, but I'm going to probably do the same thing with the clock face of changing it to something else like pseudo-scientific. And then this I'm going to probably have on one of the control panels I'm going to make on its side with some illustrated dials. So that's my plan with those. Still kind of loose ideas, but that's the gist of it. These I all got to be racks for potions and chemistry bottles and things like that. This one I was really excited about. This is, I think, a wine rack. I'm going to have a pair of wine bottles in there that are clear, filled with blacklight paint diluted in water, so it'll refract or reflect the bright light from the black light, with coming from the corks a couple of tubes that will also have the black light paint in them to sort of look like IVs going onto the mad scientist surgery table. So I'm probably going to hang it from the ceiling from the loop here, but because it has the stand, that gives me a lot more flexibility in where I'm going to use it, which is cool. Like I said, those are going to probably have potions or chemistry bottles or prescription bottles, something like that. I'm going to make tons of those of various kinds. This I thought looked like something a scientist who was up late into the night slaving away at their creations might need some caffeine to get them through. So I got this because it looked kind of steampunky. I need to replace the finial on it, and I'm debating whether I should remove the patina or leave it there. So if anybody has ideas on that, let me know. There's so many ideas you could do with a cool finial like that, and I don't know whether I should go simple or really ornate or what. This, I think, ice cream bucket, I don't have specific plans for yet. It was a little bit of an impulse buy. It has really nice, like, aged patina around the bottom that I think looks really cool. But I don't have a specific idea for that one yet. It might just sort of be sitting under the surgery table to be where things are disposed of temporarily. We'll see. This is a kind of rusty bread pan that I'm gonna either use as is or maybe try to gently hammer it open a little bit more. I don't know for sure yet, but I can either use this as like a light reflector for over the surgery table, or maybe as some kind of antenna to capture lightning. But I thought it was a really nice shape, and because it's already got some rust, I don't feel too bad about repurposing what would be a nice usable bread pan. These I got, I'm not totally sure what their original purpose is, but I'm either going to incorporate them just as props, maybe painting the lids to make them look older, or I might make a whole bunch of slime and fill these with slime to give out to trick-or-treaters. There's some smaller ones in there, but most of them are pretty big, which might be a good size for slime. I have no idea what their original use was there specific samples they're supposed to collect in these or what, but I thought that was a fun find. This next one I think is funny. I always see these things at thrift stores. I feel like these were really popular in the 90s. These like oil filled with like peppers or tomatoes or whatever. And I always thought, who would buy those? Like, especially this one where the oil level has dropped, and so you can sort of see how wrinkled the fruit in there is. Anyway, I always was like, I don't understand why anyone would buy those. Well, apparently the person who buys those is now me, because I think the shapes on them were so cool. I'm probably gonna leave one of these as is. I'm debating emptying that one. I'm debating emptying that one just because it's gross, not necessarily in a way I want it to be, but the shape of the bottle was just so pretty. But I don't even know how easily I can get all those peppers out of there, given the size of the neck of the bottle, but we'll see. I just thought the bottles were really cool shapes. This one is another one I got because it was kind of unique shape. I'm trying to slowly get a collection of mostly recycled bottles and stuff to use for my apothecary section, but I thought when I see a really unique shape like these at the thrift store, might as well grab them when they're cheap enough. And then this double boiler I thought had some really nice aged patina on it. And so I thought, well, maybe this would be back with the sort of like chemistry bottles and apothecary stuff for heating up and mixing various ingredients. So I thought that was kind of a fun shape, nice patina. We'll see. So that's my thrift haul for what I got yesterday. And we'll see what happens to some of these things over the next few months.